So good morning, Nem. Uh, nice to see you. And thank you so much for accepting my invitation to have a little chat about feminine energy. And we can talk about masculine energy too. But this is just to kind of see how feminine energy has been in your life. And because you're, Five Wisdoms graduate, you could talk about it from the perspective of how the Padma red energy came into more of your being. But anyway, I'm going to let you speak now.
Okay, thank you. Sometime after I started learning about five wisdoms from you, I realized what was missing in my life. So at that time, I had been in business for more than 20 years. So I kind of achieved what I wanted to achieve in terms of business, my professional career, and yet I was wondering, is that it? And so I didn't know before I learned five wisdom. I didn't know what was missing. I have everything. I have business. I have professional career. Everything is going well. But what was missing? And I remember that so-called Padma energy, my relationship to people, especially people I loved. Uh, I was not paying attention to that. I was just too busy with my work, my professional study. And then I remember, wow, in my college days, uh, during the 4 years I spent in college, I don't remember what I studied, but I remember going out with friends, going out with my girlfriend, uh, music, dance parties, taking a walk by the river, all those things. That's what I remember, and that was what I enjoyed, and I found my life very meaningful. And somehow, after I got into business, I kept that part of me aside, and yeah, I achieved success, but the meaning of my life was almost forgotten. And I also remembered about my mother. Every time I went back to Nepal, uh, because I lived in Japan, in Europe, and United States. Every time I go back to Japan, my mother used to cry as soon as she sees me full of tears. And even when time for me to leave, she would cry. And it's so, I thought so embarrassing. I thought, oh, if you're going to cry like this, I'm not going to come back. So I didn't understand why she had to cry in front of everybody like that. And only now, after studying five wisdoms, I realized, oh, she was expressing her love toward me, and that's the best way she could express. And so, for the first time, I understood her love toward me. Um, so these things came back, from my childhood, from my college days, and also, I remember, well, even in business, why I work so hard, all these things, because I cared for people. I cared for my coworkers who had been working together with me. So then I realized, well, it's about people. And somehow I got the wrong assumption that I'm not good with people. I can't speak very well. I rather stay in front of computer and spend my day. But now I realize, wow, actually, yeah, working on computers is fine, but that doesn't give me the meaning of my life. So I became interested in people. So now, I try to connect with people everywhere I go, at workplace, um, with my friends. I try to listen to them. So now my listening, became more enjoyable. I became interested in the people's tone of their emotion, how they were feeling. Maybe same way, my mother felt toward me. Now I'm feeling that kind of thing to my children or other people. Um, I think. I don't know. You have any question on that part?
That was beautiful, Nam. That was beautiful. I really appreciated how you kind of drew from your past, your college days, your experience with your mother, how that kind of came up in you and really changed how you related to your life. Wonderful. And your work that it affected your work. um, you didn't mention your family particularly, your daughters and sisters and wife, but I imagine it's there too, more.
Yes. So yeah, I recall my especially my older sister. She's really Padma. She likes flowers a lot, and I used to wonder what's so big deal about flowers. I was more interested in science, engineering, But now, after I studied five wisdom, I now appreciate the flowers, and
That's good. That's good.
uh,
Okay, well, yeah, go ahead.
so
Anything more?
So about Ratna energy too, uh, that
Yeah.
was that was missing in my life too. Uh, that because of my work, my study, for me, eating was just oh, I have to eat something, and even while eating, I used to watch news, work on computers. Eating was just to satisfy my hunger. And as far as food is concerned, either it was delicious or not. That's all. But now, with five wisdoms, I learned about sense perception. So I'm able to taste all different flavors, and each flavor, whether it is spicy hot, salty, sourness, uh, the bitterness, I seem to now appreciate all those things. And now eating a meal is so uh, enriching for me, life, wow. And also with the trees and plants, I didn't pay much attention to trees and plants. They are just there. But now, I just sit in front of a tree and I appreciate the tree trunks, leaves, the colors, especially in the fall. And so that kind of, I guess, insight has made my life more enriched. That say even before I studied five wisdom, even though I had money, well, I I used money to buy computers or cars. That was it. But now, I enjoy food. I when I travel, I enjoy all different culture, different types of food. So I think Ratna energy also now became a part of me. Yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah, I'm really glad you brought out the Ratna yellow enriching energy in you too. That's great. It's great. Well, I think we need to keep this short and pithy and beautifully done. Thank you so much. And we'll carry on, and I'll see you again soon.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nim.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.